Hey guys, what you're looking at in front of you here is a honeyberry, also known as a hascap berry. They produce these really blue berries that have a really interesting flavor to them, and they're getting lots of traction. I have somewhere around 6 plants on the property because of that interest. Lots of universities here are, I shouldn't say here, but in Japan they're breeding them. You can see that's the berry right there. Japan, they're breeding them, and in Canada, they're breeding them because they do really well in cooler climates. Here's another one right here. And to get you a full size of these guys, they're going to get to about 5 feet by 5 feet. Different varieties grow at different rates, but they're all kind of the same. 5 feet, maybe 6 feet tall, 6 feet wide. And this one here fruited for me this year. It had a pretty decent crop on it for such young plants. They seem to be growing really well this year. The nursery I got them from sent very small plants, and as a result, I kind of got what I paid for, and they just have taken a long time to get going. But they are pretty full now, and I'm expecting them to really do well next year. They seem to be growing quite well, so I'll get an even larger crop next year. And this is kind of the last berry on the bush that I have to choose from. This is it, guys. This is a hascap berry. It's very small. It looks kind of shriveled up because it was on the ground for a day. That's kind of what you have to do with these guys, is that you really have to wait until they fall from the bush. And it's kind of unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. I've tasted a few now, and I have to say that they're on the acidic side. They're very tart, on the more tart side. So the longer we wait, the more pleasurable these things are going to be. I know a lot of folks out there who have been growing these now for a few more years longer than I have been saying that they're not really that great. But then there's other people out there who are saying they are good. It's just you have to let them ripen for a long time. So they'll turn blue on the plant, and then they say 2 to 3 weeks after that they should be either dropping from the bush or ready to go at that point. So let's give this one a try here. So that one was really good, and I think because it was so ripe that it was actually the appropriate sweetness level. Previously, I made a couple videos on this bush earlier this season and never published it because I just was not happy with the fruit at all. And I think I really wanted to get a good handle on this particular fruit. To me, it tastes very much so like a kiwi combined with a grape. So we got the grapes here. Underneath is the honeyberry. And then we have some kiwi vines coming up over here. So we've kind of combined those fruit. In my mind, this is my kiwi vine. And we've combined those, and that's what the honeyberry is. Very interesting fruit. And I think if they were a little sweeter, like I was saying, they would really be a force to be reckoned with. It's a very interesting flavor, guys. I mean it. Like, these things have a really wild, interesting flavor you haven't tried before. I mean it. Like, they're, even though I'm saying they're like a kiwi plus a grape, there's some interesting complexity in there that is like out of this world good. In fact, they're better than blueberries, I think, if you can get them to the right sweetness level. That's only if. So I'm a huge fan, becoming a huge fan of them. The other interesting thing about the flavor, guys, is that when you bite into this thing, it's like a gusher. You ever have a gusher as a kid? Years ago, they used to be pretty popular in like the 90s. But as soon as you bite into a gusher, it just pops and releases all that goodness. The same thing with this. It just is like a burst of flavor in your mouth. It's really nice. So for me, the mouth feels really nice. The texture is pretty nice. It's firm like a blueberry, but a little softer. And the flavor is just very interesting. So like I said, guys, if we can get these guys to get more sugar, we're good to go. And hopefully they start breeding more of these. I have, multiple varieties now that are later blooming. So if you live somewhere that is warm like I do, zone 7 and 8 I think is like the edge of which you can grow them. You're going to want to try to find something that blooms later. If you live somewhere from like zone 6 and below, you should be okay. So one of those fruits guys you can grow all the way down to like zone 2 or something ridiculous, and it should be reliable there. So isn't that awesome? But yeah, if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Take care.